Let me go ahead and get this video started before I switch everything over. Hey, Uncle Mike be in this joint working, boy. I be working it hard. That's what I do. I work stuff. What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing, man? Check it out without a doubt. Let's see what this bad boy is all about, man. Jaguar Wright. Shout out to Jaguar. Hey, I'm hoping everything is everything. I'm hoping you good in the neighborhood and everything. Jaguar Wright, the beginning of the end, part 1. Diddy lawsuit, Angie Stone's death, Terrence Howard, and more. Y'all hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit that bell, because you know when Jaguar tell you the story, she tell it with power. She tell it with a lot of make you want to listen, with a lot of swag. I couldn't think of no other word. Jag. I'm sorry. Hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, baby. Let's check this bad boy. Yeah.
Happened to her is because, and the reason why what happened to her is because she told Diddy that she knew he unalived Tupac. I want everybody to think that's where the story for her started. Why would all that need to happen to her if what she was saying wasn't true? They laugh off everything else. Why didn't you laugh off that? Right? They're unbothered people, right? They all looking real bothered right now.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. Know what time it is. Real life street stars. We are back. We are back once again for the 2025.
Let's go.
Jaguar Wright, who is more right than wrong, it seems. And we're going to question a lot in this interview. This is something that people have been waiting to see as far as the comeback to the virtual Blue Couch and come back to the Street Stars platform. So before we get started, Jag, how are your spirits? How are you feeling? How is everything with you?
It's tricky. On one side, it's absolutely amazing. On the other side, it's bad shit.
Damn.
What side do you work best in?
I live somewhere in between.
Okay.
You know, the world has gone absolutely mad and nuts. Lying is a new profession, apparently, and the truth doesn't matter.
So I want to do it like this because it's almost a year. You know, we're going to get down to the truth because almost a year ago to this time is when you came to the couch after
in the truth suit. It's our 1 year anniversary from the truth suit.
Yes, it's the 1 year anniversary to where we went on this crazy journey.
Look, what, 25 million views in 2 months?
Yeah, man. The craziest journey. It propelled us to, 1 million subscribers because people in the world after Diddy's house was raided, they now knew that there was more than what was being told to us. The Cassie video. So Jag, my question would be for you, for your journey in all this from March of 2024, April of 2024, coming up until now, how has this calendar 12 months been for you as far as leading into this, from the moment we got into it to up until now?
I don't even know. I know it's been a lot.
You go, girl.
I have been through more and lived more life than your average human being does in 20 years in less than a year. It's insane. It's been a lot of great. And then there's been a lot of terrible. So I don't know. I don't even know where to begin. Right after we did that interview was when YouTube unalived my mom.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that.
Still no death certificate. some weird announcements at church, and
Yeah, no.
it's been almost a year
Wow, I'm sorry to
since
hear that,
YouTube said
Jag.
that my mother was dead.
Damn.
Still nothing. Nope, nothing.
Are you searching for answers for that?
Here I am again. I figured I'd give it a year and see what shook out. But
so a lot has happened. Even again, condolences, of course, to your mother, and you know,
again, condolences to her for being crazy enough to go live with that Rosemary thing she pushed out in '68. Shame for her. Condolences.
now, Jag, your family has
What family?
those who claim to be your family.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that claim to be a lot of things regarding me. You know, that's the biggest problem that I had with a lot of the lies that have been told about me from people I stopped dealing with long time ago. Cut them loose. And I cut them all loose after nobody showed up to my son's funeral, other than the people that truly cared on September 17th, 2018.
Yeah.
The lack of disrespect that was shown. And then to go out of they had the audacity to do their own mock funeral with nobody. Body was in Texas, but they was partying on Hawthorne Street.
You know, it was
And my
televised.
son's friends showed up. And then their enemies showed up. And while they were sitting there supposed to be mourning the death of my son, all they did was make it possible for one of his best friends to get his head blown off in front of my only living child, Sam, who still never had any counseling for witnessing that unaliving, which he totally could have missed if he had been at his brother's funeral. But then if he had come home, he would have stayed home, and then his daddy couldn't have got nobody to pay for that open heart surgery, right? Amir and Tariq, y'all caught up the Jigga Man, right? Y'all hooked it up?
Okay, Jag. In this interview, we're going to be doing a lot of unpacking. And let's, we're going to move around, but
Get a dumpster.
yeah, it's going to be, it's about to be
There's
heavy.
so much trash to get rid of.
Damn.
Can we start with Mar-a-Lago? You actually went
there?
I want to actually start at Mar-a-Lago.
What about it?
You went to Mar-a-Lago. There was an award that you received, and I want to start with that because a lot of people don't know this exists as far as from our fan base. That kind of what you've been on, what's been happening with you since our last interview. And the Mar-a-Lago was a big event. Can you explain what that was, how that trip was, how they embraced you, and also the award that you won?
She got it.
Well, the award is back on the mountain at the property. I don't travel everywhere with it.
Okay.
But this man put the Defender of Freedom Award in my hand.
Okay.
I was nominated by Liz Crokin.
You go, girl.
Down the rabbit hole, baby.
Yes.
And endorsed by Mary Flynn. The event was at Mar-a-Lago.
How did it feel getting that award?
I wish I could tell you. I still really haven't processed it yet. Ever since I got it, people just keep trying to unalive me.
Don't say that.
You know?
Yeah.
Such a beautiful night. Look at our dinner cards.
Amazing. The award was for protecting freedom, or what was the
Defender of Freedom.
Defender of Freedom. To be recognized for that in itself, in that title, What did that say about your journey up until that point? Like that someone's taking notice, or how did you look at it? Like there's more work, way more work to be done.
I was very grateful that the day finally came. It's wild. People really don't accept me for who I am. It's funny. It's nice to have someone that actually does in my life now. Salute to Sophia Stewart.
Yes.
The author of The Terminator and the Matrix.
Yes.
The Real Oracle. Me and her haven't even gotten a chance to talk about it yet. Like, I haven't gotten a chance to talk about any of this with anyone. Because from the second that I got it, for whatever reason, every weirdo YouTuber that's been using my name for fodder and clout and pennies to try to discredit it or discredit me. Can you imagine? One of the most beautiful nights of your life. Totally just disrespected by a bunch of losers who will never touch paper this fine. Or be invited to a place as pristine internationally with the president hosting America's future in the American Exceptionalism ceremony for the Defender of Freedom Award. And there were so many other honorees. I mean, and all of us were there for the same reason, because we spoke up against something uncomfortable, because we saw the harm that it was doing. Joker, remember I was telling you about this guy? This is the guy I was telling you about. Gary Brecka.
Correct.
The Ultimate Human is his podcast, and he is
The Ultimate Human.
a ridiculously endowed by God biologist who's teaching people how to live longer because we can.
Whoa.
He spoke out against what was happening. He went through hell. Mike Tyson was also honored, but people just like making fun of him.
Nope.
Russell Brand was also honored. And it's funny, I never thought I would have lived to see the day where me and Russell Brand would have anything in common. That's the funny thing about life.
Amen.
We got 3 things in common, me and Russell. We both believe in Christ and his message and his truth. We both are speaking up against the human teleporting and the essaying and all of the crazy stuff in between. And we both were honored on February 18th at Mar-a-Lago as defenders of freedom for America's future. And ain't it funny? Both of us ended up in a lawsuit doing heinous stuff. Ain't it weird?
Yeah, no, let's get right. Let's get right to the lawsuit.
That's crazy, man.
We see Jaguar Wright
in the
in the
lawsuit,
along with Sean Combs, Diddy, and there's a few others. There's I believe Drewski,
Big homie CC.
big homie CC's in the lawsuit. And can you explain what was that lawsuit?
And Odell Beckham Jr.
Odell, yes, let's not forget Odell Beckham Jr. as well. For the people that don't know, what was that lawsuit? Who was it? And the date that they even put on there was like a date you weren't even around to do that. So can you explain what was this lawsuit that they were saying happened to said individual, if you feel like speaking on it?
I'm going to give it respect, and then I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it all the way a bean.
I'm going to give it respect.
The Ashley Parham lawsuit was important.
Very important. I don't see how
everything that she went through and everything that Dirty cops allegedly allowed to be swept under the rug. What happened to her was terrible. But up until I won the Defender of Freedom Award, the only woman that anybody mentioned doing terrible things to, around, and with, and facilitating anything, any kind of harm to Ashley Parham is Christina Coram. KK. Fun girl. Miss Ivy Drip.
So why even throw your name in it? I mean, you've been speaking out a lot about all this. Is it more so that, hey, you could corroborate some of these stories, or why even put you in a lawsuit as if you were part of something that happened to Miss Parham?
To make me look bad. To make America's future feel bad for allowing me to be nominated and giving me an award. To make me look like a hypocrite. That's why. The question is, has anybody really paid attention to how sick that whole thing was and what they said I did? What they said I did. I was in Las Vegas.
I was in Las Vegas.
And I picked up a Jane Doe and a John Doe, mother and son. And
Talk
forced them into a car.
What?
Where I was the passenger. And some woman that sued Michael Jackson after he died, lying her ass off, was dry. I had all these envelopes filled with cash and I'm paying everybody off.
Oh my God.
And then we leave Vegas and allegedly we went to California. And then that's when I kicked into action, when we got there. Because I had to organize the whole thing. Right? And I said, allegedly, I said, Jane Doe, John Doe, mother and son that don't nobody know, ain't nobody seen or heard from. All of a sudden, I'm telling people, get the remote. This hoe gonna learn today. That's what they said. I said it a lot.
We didn't get a chance to read it all. What was Drewski and
I told them that if they didn't, participate and watch and witness, that I was gonna make sure they got that remote control too.
What was Drewski in Odell's part in this? What did they say?
I don't know. They said they all did. They jumped in. They got involved. They did. They said Big Homie CC did her first. Now this is the thing. I know it's all lies. I know it's all cat. Period. How have we gotten to the point where Americans have become so pathetic? And just because you can't handle the fact that you're losing, you just gonna make up some heinous story and put it on a woman who is just honored as a defender of freedom for speaking against all of these heinous acts. We can't take her down. We can't beat her. Oh, let's just lie. Let's put her in a lawsuit. What's something that a crazy black girl would say? Yeah, she's going to learn today. Write that down.
Oh, she's going to learn today.
This is what people are doing. Meanwhile, they have now added all of this to Ashley Parham's real case.
That's crazy.
And the reason why what happened to her is because she told Diddy that she knew he unalived Tupac. I want everybody to think that's where the story for her started. Why would all that need to happen to her if what she was saying wasn't true? They laugh off everything else. Why didn't you laugh off that? Right? They're unbothered people, right? They all looking real bothered right now. And now they've used one of the greatest advocates against all of this craziness to destroy a real victim's case. Because the truth is, it doesn't even matter what's in that lawsuit no more. Using me the way they used me. There was no way in the world I could have done it. That's the thing. Whoever it was over there coming up with their little storylines, tuned up, no doubt, on that 2C. Whatever's left of it, I heard it's getting scarce in the marketplace.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, Jag, speaking of the 2C.
I mean, really think about that.
Yeah.
They made this shit up. And it couldn't, that's how sloppy they are. They didn't even bother to fact check. March 23rd, 2018. I was waiting for them to give me my trial date that I demanded for a crime that I did not commit. That I was released and all charges were dismissed. Now they prosecute. So I was charged with a felony and the case was crap. So they had to drop it. I want y'all to think about what I'm telling you. March 23rd, 2018, I was in jail waiting for a trial to beat the rap for a charge I did not commit. And that was all set up by my first ex-husband, who was a Rock Nation loyalist. I got set up back then. And I was sitting in jail when they made this story up. Can you imagine that? Beating the rap on something that you already beat the rap on because somebody set you up before. I don't know, guys. It's just starting to feel like
that's crazy.
People like setting me up.
That's crazy.
Seems to be a reoccurring thing.
That needs to stop. Because, see, they made a real big mistake, and this is how you can tell it's not very intelligent people running these plays in the backdrop. Y'all, you knew y'all fucked up, right? Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
You fucked up.
You right.
Big time.
You know that, right?
Come on.
You can't question anything that I've said before or ever again without irrefutable hard fact and proof. I ain't got to answer nobody questions about nothing. Can't nobody haul me in the court about nothing.
Nada.
The litigators have all of my credentials from Chicago, proving that there's no way I could have did all of that terrible stuff that they made up. Now I will be filing my own lawsuit.
Yeah, that's the
and
question.
All of it's going to be based on a hate crime.
Oh my God.
Because I do believe that the reason why I was put in that lawsuit was because I was awarded the Defender of Freedom.
Speak, baby, speak.
You know, that's also tortious interference because anybody that I was looking to work with, after hearing about something like that, that would probably kill a lot of opportunities, wouldn't it?
Hey.
Messing up your name.
Hey.
Why is
if I heard this,
everybody
I wouldn't
so
want to work with
blind?
you.
Is stupidity just that enjoyable?
It must be. It freaking must be, man. That's crazy.
I'm suing whoever filed that suit against me. I am suing them. We are suing for $100 million.
Wow.
All my pain, all my suffering. I have a legitimate mental health diagnosis. Complex CPTSD. Something like this could have pushed me into a nervous breakdown. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
Right. As we've seen it, people took it worse. Let's just say that. We've seen it go worse for some other people.
Meanwhile, 5 years. 5 years. I've been telling people if I'm lying, sue me. And now the first lawsuit I end up in is a lie. But I'm the liar. I'm the crazy person. It's weird, isn't it?
That's a word for it. That's a word for
It's
it.
weird.
It's weird.
So, Jack, can we speak on,
Who, Ariel Mitchell kid? That weirdo?
Not yet. We'll circle back.
Oh.
But let's stick with the Diddy in the room.
The Diddy of it all.
Yeah, the Diddy of it all. Do you feel like this is the beginning of the end, or the beginning of something that's about to, shift Hollywood, shift the entertainment industry?
There is nowhere else but down for all of these people.
Okay.
As I study to become an ordained minister, non-denominational, of course, I'm here to tell y'all, God ain't playing. He's not playing with any of you. When I look through the thumbnails of the coverage of one of the biggest true crime stories of our contemporary ages, I mean, the Diddy story is gonna end up being bigger than OJ.
Facts.
And that
Facts.
we all know what that
Somebody else said facts.
that's been.
Hold up, man. I thought it was my echo. What's this?
And that
Facts.
we all know what that's been.
No.
Why is everybody lying? Why do all of you content creators think that your lies are going to keep working for these weirdos? These people are strange. They have strange habits. They do strange things. And most of them all line up with demonic occultism.
Now Omar Gooding, he had told us, we should be stopping
brother
Janet.
hiding? Why don't you tell Omar to go find his brother so he can come back and tell Mars to give me the $250,000 that he owes me before I'm forced to sue View It? And all of their books have to open up and people find out that decentralized just really means allegedly money laundering.
Oh.
Shoot.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. My bad,
so,
y'all.
One thing that
tell
you do
Omar to go find him and bring little Justin back with him. He's got his own cases to answer for.
Man.
Scattering like roaches from the light.
Come on. Now it's interesting because when you speak your truth, and people come back and question, it gets interesting the way you kind of lay it out, and then someone tries to fix what is technically, let's say, a version of the truth. And Tyrant Turner responded to you, saying that they were playing
at the end.
Yeah.
That's what I call that nigga. I got shot at the end.
Man.
Best movie of his career. And he couldn't even make it to Atlanta. They kept him right out there on the lawn. What did I, so I got shot at the end here. What?
Yeah, he said, you had said he was, playing naked basketball with Jamie Foxx, and
I said that about him. I don't even talk about him.
Yeah, I think someone said that you had said it, but with that being
That's funny. People love just believing what everybody else say.
Right.
So let's hear what he said so I can tell you what it really means.
Right. No, he said it wasn't naked basketball. It was horse. It wasn't basketball. It was a game of horse.
That's basketball.
Basketball. It's a basketball game.
It's a basketball game. You right.
He said clothes came off, yeah. But there was girls around. I mean, but it was a
basketball.
Basketball.
Basically.
Yeah.
Were the girls wearing white fingernails?
The girls. Oh my God. That's funny.
Come on. And it just goes to show that, I guess, again, there's versions of how someone sees it and how someone else sees it when it comes to...
You want to know what's funny? I don't even talk about that dude. I already thought he was gone. Honestly. When I seen him, I was like, oh, he's still alive? Why would I talk about somebody that I already thought was dead? But the simple fact that he felt the need to have to do a whole interview to explain that the naked basketball was really just a naked basketball game and there were girls present. I don't know. That sounds like a hit dog hollering to me.
Oh my God.
I guess that's why you got shot in the end. Wasn't no need for a sequel. You poor dummy. You poor dummy. He went straight to the internet to tell on himself.
It was a little. He confused us more.
No, true story. It shouldn't have confused anybody at all. Everyone should have understood exactly what they saw. Hold up. True story.
Hold up.
Cousin of mine who I used to love, who I no longer see anymore. Because of my lifestyle. Because of my choices. She had a boyfriend who used to cheat on her all the time. Matter of fact, we lost touch for a few years because of him. He lost his mind. Thought he was Ike Turner and figured he could slap every woman in the house. So in the midst of our estrangement, or should I say in the midst of our, estrangement. I said that right. You know the dyslexia be messing with me.
Go ahead, girl.
I bumped into him on South Street. And he was with a chick. And I seen him. Hey, what's up, Shane? How you doing? He had a little friend. I was like, hello. And I told him my cousin's name. I was like, tell her I said hi. That idiot ran. And this is back in the 90s when they still had payphones on the street. He ran to the first payphone he could find and call her up with a cockamamie story. If she called you and she say this, she lying because I was nowhere near South Street. And meanwhile, he on a payphone on South Street. Wanna know what's funny? Me and my cousin didn't talk about that for almost a year. I never said a word. I never said a word. I ain't say nothing to her or nobody else. That's how she knew. She was able to finally break up with him. Because if I didn't say anything, why the hell did he?
Wow.
Yeah. So as we go down this,
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would hear you.
That was I got shot at the end move.
So as we go down this rabbit hole,
Tyron, keep my name out your mouth.
well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
Don't ever think that my walk with the Lord makes me any less me. Stop clout chasing off my name. Stop believing everything that everybody tells you. You know, reality ain't a script, idiot. Because that's exactly what you are. You're an idiot.
Now, Jack, that's menace to society, Jack. He's a menace
He got
to
shot
society.
at the end. He didn't even get to make it to Atlanta. Why should I let him make it at all? He couldn't even make it to Atlanta in the movie. Why am I gonna let him make it in real life? He can take his Akata ass over there somewhere. Keep my name out your mouth.
Okay. Message for Tyron.
Yeah.
Message. So Jack, as we
regular Wayans brothers style, not tongue kissing brothers Wayans style.
The regular, regular Wayans. We gonna get to them. We gonna get to them.
Damn.
We have to get your take
so
on
much, man.
You know, day 26.
I've heard of kissing cousins, but have you ever heard of kissing brothers?
Damn.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
We gonna circle back to the Wayans. We got to get your take on day 26 when they was crying on Vlad's platform about bringing up the name, just bringing up Sean Combs' name, Diddy's name, where 5 grown men are crying in a room.
Yeah.
What did you take from that?
Like Diddy like it.
Damn.
I'm sure if Diddy saw that gave him quite the tickle. That's how he left him. In tears. How many times do I have to say it? I said it on this couch. Right here on this couch. They're strange. They're all bisexual. They're doing weird stuff with kids.
Damn.
I mean, they're grown men though. They're crying. I mean, like they're crying in unison, like at the same time. Like,
do you know what the stats are on traumatized human beings?
No.
You stay at the emotional maturity level that you were at the age you were affected. Your life stops until you become a survivor. Until you decide to take your life back. The only thing I saw, because I couldn't even look at a lot of that, I was disgusted. Because to me, that whole thing, it was nothing but evidence of everything I've been saying. And people still took that light. But then again, what choice did they have? It was being served to them by that milk toast. You know, I'm still not understanding how people really have a hard time accepting Vlad for what he is. Why do people still sit with him?
We ask those people.
I mean, thank God Adam 22 is going down in flames. Now Vlad's platform can start popping again, because for a 6 million subscriber platform, he shouldn't need to come to y'all for a boost.
Yeah, I think Vlad, Adam, academics.
Matter of fact, for a 6 million plus subscriber platform, he shouldn't have a video in his catalog under 1 million views with all the hype that he gets. The DJ less DJ. Has anybody, you know, I heard it on a channel here on YouTube. Shout out to Set in the West. Has anybody ever seen Vlad DJ a set?
I think it was his pass.
What do you mean?
Like 2001.
2000 where?
2000 what?
Where did he DJ?
Oh shit. I need to get my stuff together, baby, because they keep talking about Uncle Mike too.
So.
What club did he DJ at? Because I went to all of them and I ain't seen him in none.
Damn, man.
Maybe practicing DJ?
I ain't seen him now. Not now. I ain't never seen a DJ Vlad mixtape, a compilation, the Hennessy sampler. Nothing. Where do we buy his music? Because from what I've seen, all we've ever done is bought his bullshit.
Oh my God, don't say that. Please don't say that.
How you a DJ that don't DJ, G?
G?
Is that all they needed?
Is that all?
To make it possible for you to infiltrate? Get you a Serato, sit it in your living room, and then put a drum set behind you that you can't play, so you can get a bunch of not so wise individual to line their own self up on your platform. Where did you DJ?
Hey.
That's all you gotta do. Just find a white boy and call him a DJ, and then all of a sudden, he's the best CI in hip-hop, allegedly. And you had the audacity to talk about me? Talk about my career? At least mine's is real. Yours was made up.
Made up. Wow.
You hear me? I ain't playing no games with you, Vlad, because I know what you are, I know who you are, and I know who's running you. DJ. From disc jockeys to dick jockeys. You a hoe. You want to talk about me? My catalog is amazing. The catalog that I never released is 10 times better than that. What you done to make you qualified? 𝗟𝗓𝗡 is more qualified than you. And he's a whole fruitcake who signed his own nephew up to go work for the diddler when the diddler was doing his thing. Why was he in any Diddy documentaries? Why was he speaking anything about anything? Clearly, he was cool with it. He sent his family to go work with that monster.
Do you think that's why he came at you, 𝗟𝗓𝗡𝗞𝗦? Because
I think
he actually
came at me the same reason I got shot and he came at me. They needed the boost.
That's
Y'all need to
crazy.
stop using me for boost. Just go buy some with your malnutrition selves. If you're looking for nourishment, go get some. Stop feeding on me.
Hey. Message. So Jag,
No kissing brothers, Wayne's message.
There you go. Terrence Howard, Hustle and Flow. He just recently came out and told a story that he was supposed to go work for Diddy, and he was summoned there multiple days to show him the ropes, and he ultimately felt that Diddy was trying to, in his own words, quote unquote, fuck him.
And take his man card.
Yeah.
That means
He cares
she's
very much
seen it.
about that card.
Yeah, what when you heard him tell this story, because now he just went online today to defend anyone who's questioning that story, to say it with the chest and say his name directly and come at him directly to question anything that he says. What are your thoughts when Terrence Howard tells the story of
he's telling the truth. So was Columbus Short last year on Boss Talk Radio, looking real suspect down there, G.
1 a.m.
They damn near had the same story, didn't they? Or is everybody forgetting that a year ago, before Diddy got arrested, that Columbus Short told this exact same story? Except in his version, Diddy called him at 2:30 in the middle of the night while he was laying next to his wife, summoning him to come spend time with him. And then apparently on one instance, he had went and he was drinking, and he said he said that was the moment that he was grateful he was an alcoholic. Because he knew how high his liquor tolerance was, and there was no way he should have been slumped off of one drink.
That's when you know something ain't right.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The question is, why you answering the phone for a grown man while you're laying next to your wife at 2:30 a.m. in the morning?
Because you just want to know who the
Why
hell
you
calling you.
answering?
What's his problem?
All right, you making rounds? Okay.
Yeah. Cat Williams said, "You got to tell Diddy no. You got to tell him no.
You got to tell the devil no."
There you go.
5 letters. Diddy, devil. Same thing.
Same thing.
So
Same thing.
as we're delving into this world of, of course, the Diddy the case is coming up. We did an interview. It's not out yet with Chopper City from Making the Band, and he said he ran into Cassie right before that lawsuit
You mean
came.
making the victim?
Oh man, you said it.
I'm not laughing at the horror. I'm just laughing at like people still really don't want to accept the truth. It's amazing.
No, he said he ran into Cassie before the lawsuit, and she told him about, Kid Cudi's car, a lot of stuff, and he was there for a lot of it. He said, yeah, all that stuff was true. He said, from what he saw, all of that was true, even with now I mean, even with his girl and everything. So,
damn, man, that's
the
crazy.
question I have is, when the trial does come out, and we're almost a month away. And again, I asked you this before, but do you feel we are ready to hear the full truth of all the victims that, have something to say that they may bring forward?
We should be. We should be ready. The only way we're not ready to hear the truth is if we don't want to accept it. And see, that's where it gets real. There's just a lot of people that don't want to accept the truth. There's a lot of people that feel bad because they miss wearing Sean John. There's a lot of people that was waiting for the next white party. There's a lot of people that needed that party.
Yeah.
Because that was the only way they won't make it.
Yeah.
You
need to get your fix.
That's the thing that's bothering
me.
Why nobody's holding into account the very people that are helping create and weave all of these very unreal stories and tales to try to get people to be distracted from seeing the actual horror of the truth of what really went on. They're all doing this to protect their lives. It's not even about Diddy for most of them. But Diddy's how they got on. And Diddy's how they stayed on. And if Diddy's gone, then they got to go find somebody else. They got to find a new devil to suck up to. And if you're not already in good with the Jigga Man, then where do you go? Because that's pretty much how they set up the business. If you don't go to the Diddler, you go to the Jigga Man. It's a trap.
Even in the case, do you feel like everything you're saying, but even also Gene Deal, do you feel like Gene Deal may be a key witness in this case?
I don't want to speak for or on Gene's behalf, because at the end of the day, he came forward long before me.
Yeah.
And he's been fighting this fight. And the truth is, anything that I say, they're going to find a way to twist it up, turn it into something else. Somebody gaslight somebody just to start another fight or an argument about something. What I can say about my friend Gene Deal is this. He knows what I know. He knows what to say and not to say, just like I do. Anything that Gene has to say is going to be important. Anything. But back to Terrence Howard. Because
Yes.
we just skated right past
Yeah,
that.
we skate right back. Come on, hustle and flow. Man, come on, man.
We skated
telling
right
the
back
truth.
there. Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's saying that that
Hold on just 1 second.
please go ahead.
Security. 1 second.
Wow, she said they skated right past that. Take your time, Jag. Shoot, Jag got a lot going on, just like Uncle Mike got a lot going on. Oh man, I'm like 92%, baby. I'm 92%. We're gonna fly on 95%. We ain't gonna get 100%. I already know that.
No, take your time.
Components.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, take your time.
No, I just ever since Mar-a-Lago, I don't think people really understand what my life has been like. So,
No, I totally understand. And you know, it's you just said something as far as things that people take things you say out of context, and the things that you say are important. It seems like you spoke on Will Smith on our platform, and at the time he was very quiet, but now he just recently dropped an album to where the intro song called Barbershop, he addresses sounds like things that you brought or you were bringing to light, to where the rumors about him, the things about him and his wife, he's addressing them on this album. Do you feel like what you're saying reaches the ears of Will Smith and he needs to get at least, if there's smoke, there's fire, let me grab a fan?
number one, as far as Will Smith is concerned, until he does right by all of those children that were harmed and corrupted while in his care, children that grew up to be men, boys like Bashir Gray, August Alsina, your own son. Like, your own son. Do people forget about that voice clip that I played from Brother Belial?
Hey.
Has anybody seen Belial?
Come on.
I asked him, didn't I ask for him last year?
Come on.
Where's Belial? Is he missing with Cuba? Have they all moved to Bali with Russell Simmons and Kevin Liles?
I would always say it is interesting when you speak on, Jaden Smith and you see the hug with with
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, and then for Bashir, you see him all of a sudden fighting over Sydney Star with Eddie Winslow. It does question what happens in the entertainment industry that makes someone go into just being very close with men on men contact. It's interesting, I'll say the least.
You want to know the thing that bothers me most about Bashir Gray? I actually think he's doing all of this so they'll take him back in the club.
Damn.
And they're not.
Damn.
They're going to keep gaslighting you and playing with you, promising you one thing or another.
Man, come on, cuz.
Not now, not now. Just next year's going to be your time. You need to get yourself out there. You need to.
My bad. Yeah, I'm trying to do two things.
I have a question.
Show chat replay.
So we speak about, you dealing with the
What
Illuminati and having
Gray
tides and things like that and denouncing it. Can you tell me
outrage?
one of the things that they promised you?
Hold up, somebody.
And now they're watching him become a fallen one, like a comet speeding. How long before he decides it's time to cash out now? How long? Because the one thing I will say is this. Anything happens to that young man, better not nobody say a word to me. For years, I've been yelling. Salute to Moran Morelli. He actually talked about it the other day. Talked about how troubling. And, you know, the one reason that I can appreciate Murad's commentary is because he's also an SA survivor. So he's a young man who went through these things. He knows what the signs look like. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can see. Why does nobody else? Why? And that was the only issue that I had about what Terrence Howard had to say. Because of all that he talked, he say nothing about Bashir. He played his television father. Right. He was on set. He saw what Charlie Mack and them were doing. He knew they were taking those young boys to Diddy. They all knew.
Damn.
I guess his man card only counts, or is only large enough to cover his asshole.
Okay.
Because if you truly believed in all that you say, there is no way you could stand by and watch all of those people that you worked with do what they did to those kids. And you said nothing. Like, if you're going to have integrity, it needs to wrap all the way around the building.
Yes, facts.
You got to have integrity for it all. If the man card is the thing, and you ain't gonna let nobody take yours, when you see a younger man being preyed upon, you're not gonna stand in the gap for him and say, no, you ain't taking his man card. No. Because see, that's what a real one would do. Meanwhile, you've been this close from making that amount of money that you wanted to retire. For what, like 16 years? You think you gonna get it? Do you? You've always, Terrence Howard has been 2 movies away from retiring for the past 16 years.
And he still speaks on Iron Man.
And guess what? Don Cheadle ain't had no problem with scooping that up. I guess the man card. Like, I'm looking at all of these adult, black, so-called elite entertainment whatevers. Y'all don't give no damn about what's happening to these kids. And y'all don't give no damn about how it rips them apart for years after. I'm actually about to present one of my new podcasts. It's called Tracking the Pain. It's going to be a realistic and esoteric investigation into the life and the work of an artist leading up until they signed the contract and everything that happened after.
Wow.
I will be working with a psychic and a gematria specialist to really make sure that everyone is seeing not just the physical side, but the metaphysical side as well, because people don't like to believe that we live in a spiritual realm that is being controlled by frequency and sound, and it is.
And it is.
one of the first artists that we're going to be investigating. Well, actually, the first three that I believe we're going to be investigating will be Ab-Soul from Top Dog Entertainment, Justin Bieber, and Donny Hathaway.
I mean, Justin Bieber was young as hell.
And he got depressed real early in life, didn't he? You know, it's amazing when you hear the first album, you can hear the joy and the enthusiasm and the excitement for life and for art and all of that. But then that second album comes and it starts to get a little different. But by the third, fourth, and fifth album, they're talking pure insanity. It's depressing. And the music is that low vibrational, lower chakra only music, which encourages recklessness and a constant, persistent state of unrest. Stress from that, unchecked, can lead to cancer. But they don't want to talk about that. This man talks about that. A defender of freedom. Don't nobody want to talk about what matter, do they?
At all.
When an artist goes from making songs about love and life, like when you look at Raheem DeVaugh's first album, the love, like that, well, not his first album, but his first like major release project, The Love Experience. I've been listening to that again. Guess Who Loves You More?
Yeah, Guess Who Loves You More?
You remember that? Oh, everyone in this song's gonna be about you. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Raheem DeVaughn.
He had songs about his community and what he wanted better for his people. Like, there was so much different. And then all of a sudden, next albums, songs become a little more sexual, a little less community, little, you know. And then the next thing you know, it's you competing with Tank about something on your plate.
Hey.
And then all of that. And now you got October London. Ain't that so?
Hey.
Hey. Down. Shout out to Raheem DeVaughn. I had an opportunity to work with Raheem DeVaughn. He used to come to my studio, him and his boys, way back in the day, man. Way before he even got a record deal, man. Raheem, yeah, I'm gonna tell on you, man. Raheem used to be in the studio trying to do like 16 parts harmony. Like, dude, you got too many vocals stacked on this. I'm just getting out what's in my head. Then I'll chop it down. Shoot, man. He knew what he wanted, man. He knew what he wanted. You know, it was overkill. Then he brought it all back down. But apparently it worked. He got a record deal. He got out there. Do your thing, man. You got to do it your way. Shout out to Jaguar Wright, man. Is putting it down like she always do. I tried to pull up the chat and everything. Y'all, I am like 91%. I'm great. Hit the button. If we get anywhere close to 94, 95%, man, I'm about to hit the button. I'm trying to, oh man, I got to log into all these different things to get what I want. Because when I'm in production mode, I don't want to stop because I'm looking for this plugin and I can't find it. That's terrible, man. So look here, I'm going to get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.